Welcome to Agenda AWANI. I'm Syamsan Johari, and today we're recording this episode in conjunction of UK Mega Tech Mission, which is the largest UK tech delegation ever to visit Malaysia, and comprises of delegation of 40 companies, and it represents companies from cyber, fintech, data analysis, smart technologies, cloud, virtual reality, artificial intelligence, so on and so forth. So to talk more about this, I have here with me is the National Technology Advisor to the UK government, Mr. Maxwell. Welcome to the studio.
Thank you very much.
All right. First and foremost, why Malaysia? Are we, you can go to many other countries to actually get collaborations. You say for this mission alone, there are two Malaysian companies, or two projects that we have seen collaboration with we can see here Action Starter and CSX Analytics. Action Starter from UK and CSX Analytics from Malaysia. So these are among the we call the fruit of collaboration.
Yeah.
All right. But why Malaysia?
Why Malaysia? Well, I mean, Malaysia and the UK have got a long-standing business relationship. We've got a long-standing relationship of trust between business and our two economies. We also are one of those few countries that's really taken the digital economy to heart and have a department for the digital economy. You've got MDEC, we've got the Department of Digital Culture, Media and Sport, both of which are aimed at creating wealth from the growth of the digital economy. So it makes perfect sense for us to try and work together with Malaysia to put that together, and it's I suppose the great perception of the Department of International Trade to have spotted that and to put us together.
In terms of standing, are we, Malaysia, in a strategic position from a overseas investment point of view?
Yeah, I mean, I think one of the things with the digital economy, and one of the things about businesses that use the internet, is that in many ways the size of your country becomes slightly irrelevant, and the scale of your country becomes irrelevant, and your position in the are we a developing country or one of the are we a mature country, the ambassador referred to earlier, which I thought was a great way of describing us. But the thing is that business is being transformed at such speed and so quickly and so profoundly that the disintermediation of business is so strong that really what we're looking for is people that can do. We have
so it's the people.
It's the people approach. It's the approach of can do, and also it's when you look in the economy and see the amount of disintermediation that is in there, and people using common tech and common services and the common technology of the internet. That's where Britain, which is a nation of early adopters, we've got probably the greatest internet penetration in Europe. Outside of Scandinavia, the small Scandinavian countries, and Malaysia is similar in a way to that. You've got great internet penetration. You've got some great businesses here, and so I think there's a very strong reason to link the two together. But fundamentally, it's that we've got a long-standing basis of friendly, good business relationships, which I think it makes a lot of sense to use.
Okay, over the last century, UK technology basically was the main driver of the UK economy and make it a global superpower after the World War II, right? Then it was the technology actually driven it. Now, when we talk about the Industrial Revolution 4.0 and how has the new technology appears, fintech, London is
London is the world centre for fintech.
Exactly. So I can actually see the continuation there. So, number one, what's the secret? And number two, in view of the Industrial Revolution 4.0, how do you make it even more competitive?
So, I think part of it is being able to adopt new technologies quickly. So that's one of the reasons why we've had spectrum auctions, and one of the reasons we've invested so much money in our digital infrastructure. A second component is skills, and having the skills and the talent available in the UK to be able to help drive tech. Now, a lot of that has been because we're an attractive place to base our businesses. We've got great corporation tax levels, we've got great levels of engagement, we've got very low unemployment, which means we've got a highly skilled economy which can grow very quickly and can also help a business grow very quickly within it because of the scalability that the UK offers.
All right.
I think add to that 3 of the top 10 universities in the world, a great industrial base in the
including
West Midlands.
Cambridge.
Yep. But also a great there's also a great industrial base, particularly in places like the West Midlands, which are really leading the world in their approach to automotive engineering. So it's a great place for businesses to have new ideas, spark them up and get them.
And I just realized something back here. You are now promoting Scotland and Northern Ireland too.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was back then. It was just London.
Yeah, I suppose that was the beginning of the tech city boom.
I didn't realize that Belfast is the world's top destination city for financial services. I thought it was London.
Well, Belfast has a tremendous number of benefits. A good example, Belfast hosts one of the top GovTech businesses, Kainos, which grew out of a joint venture with the Queen's University in Belfast and is now a quoted city firm. When we started working with them at the beginning of our transformation of the government digital service, they were about 250 people. They're now over 1,000, and they promote apprenticeships and the growth of skills within the economy at a much faster rate than others. And also, Belfast is a great centre for cybersecurity as well. So each has its own place. If you think of, just think of Scotland, 2 great businesses coming out of Scotland, FanDuel and Skyscanner, which are amazing businesses which have grown organically right from the beginning in a way which has made the best use of all of the tax breaks that have been available for their staff. So they've been able to share a lot of the profits and a lot of the bonuses with their staff.
So basically, when we talk about investment and collaboration, it's UK collaborating with Malaysian company and vice versa.
Yeah.
We come here and we go there too. So among our investment in Malaysia is we have the Khazanah strategic or Khazanah investment, the European hub for Khazanah investment.
Right.
All right. So because we see London as a hub or a gateway to the European nation. Right now, the Brexit looms. What will be the strategy going forward? Not just for the UK company and UK economy, but also for foreign investors such as a Malaysian company into the UK. We have to take a short break, and when we come back, we'll talk about that.
Okay.
Welcome back to Agenda AWANI. We're still with Liam Maxwell, his National Technology Advisor to the UK government. Along with him, 40 companies actually make up as the largest UK tech delegation ever to visit Malaysia. Well, we talk about Malaysia being at a very strategic position for UK technology investments or collaboration. And I raised this question as London becoming a gateway for investments to other countries, to other European countries, and now Brexit. What would be the strategy for London to actually, number one, to ensure every investment stays in London or stays in the UK, and number two, to make it competitive? As you know, and this is what I read from the newspaper. There are few financial companies who are actually thinking to actually migrate to other European countries. Yeah.
I think one of the things that happened when Brexit came through was it made sure that we identified what the core components of our digital offer were to companies, and it was clear to us that it was about London being a great centre for talent, having great infrastructure, having a good skills mechanism, and also having a great data protection regime. And as we've gone through the Brexit mechanism, we've made sure that those components of our economy and our digital economy are as strong as they can be. And we feel we're in a really good position for the changes that are going to come as we go through Brexit, but also we're in a really good position to remain the #1 investment centre for digital money coming into Europe, digital investment. And there's more digital investment coming into the UK than there ever was before. We've had billions of pounds coming in, specifically since Brexit. So we see ourselves in a position where we are really competitive. However, one of the things that people do get, I may say so, wrong about this, is that people think it's a zero-sum game. And a lot of people feel, a lot of people in the tech industry feel, that a strong Europe is an extremely important part of building a strong Britain. We're not leaving Europe, we are leaving the European Union, but we're not leaving Europe, and we're not leaving an enormous trading base near us. And initiatives like Station F in Paris, and the growth of Berlin, and the growth in Stockholm, and the growth even in the growth in Tel Aviv of great digital economies is not a threat to us.
But you're leaving a biggest trading bloc. So now
we're leaving a large trading bloc,
so
and we are going to continue to trade with Europe.
Would that be we're talking about technology industry here? So in terms of technology industry, would that be new or other way of looking at, or a new strategy to actually not just to stay relevant, to be at the forefront?
Yeah, Britain is. We have an industrial strategy which is coming out shortly. We had a digital strategy which came out in March. We set out the 7 pillars on which to build a really strong digital economy. And that was very well received by industry. The industrial strategy is going to focus really clearly on how do we build a great, strong economy based on good digital components. And then one of the core digital components of that is artificial intelligence and machine learning. And so we will see a strong move towards bolstering that and making that one of the great strengths of the British economy.
So you're investing a lot for in infrastructure.
It's not just us investing a lot. The world is investing a lot in the UK.
So it's about machine learning and artificial intelligence.
Those give you some headlines as great things which are driving us through. Those are the principal components of most investments that are coming through.
And you were saying that even after the British decided to leave the UK, there are still heaps of investment coming in.
Oh, more investment than the rest of Europe combined.
Yeah. Why is that?
Because Britain has the talent. Britain has the talent and the skills and the data protection regime, and frankly, a taxation and government system which attracts investment. And so that's where it works. But the key thing is talent. London is full of a diverse mix of great tech people, and that's what makes it so good. People come, I mean, part of this is people come and people go from London, and they come and they go back, and people come and settle, and we welcome them.
All right, number one. Next is about, you were talking about among key ingredients, or the crown jewel in this what we call issue is the talent. Britain especially, and London, are we able to attract all the key talents from all around the world?
Well, attract and also grow within your own country, yes.
And looking at growing new talents, what will be the key challenges moving forward? Maybe we share the same challenges.
It's digital skills, and the digital skills which are across the piece, from having an excellent standard of cybersecurity and cyber skills within your economy, through to having a workforce that is continually able to grow and change its skills, and to be able to access education. That's where our partnership with tech companies we've grown over the last year has enabled us to grow a great number of training places and industry awarded training, from headline schemes such as Amazon's Restart, which is a £30 million investment in veterans, helping them become system administrators and solution architects within the AWS ecosystem, through to the Digital Garage, which we opened in Birmingham, which is a whole network of digital skill initiatives run by Google, which is tremendously positive in terms of what it's delivering for our businesses, not just in helping people get skilled, but also our analysis of that is showing that business in those businesses goes up.
The challenges are quite similar to what we have here in Malaysia.
This is the point, is that in the digital economy, we're quite similar countries.
Right, so riding on the digitalization and digital economy, we're actually at the same par. Or rather, I would say...
I think we're similar, yeah.
All right, we have to take another short break, and when we come back, would there be other rooms for collaboration for both countries, Malaysia and the UK? Have to take that question right after this.
Okay.
Welcome back to Agenda AWANI. We're still with Liam Maxwell. He's a National Technology Advisor to the UK government. All right, other rooms for collaboration between Malaysia and the UK?
So one of the areas which we found our most profound reform was in the creation of GovTech businesses, that is, businesses that help governments service their technology needs. And we moved from a very concentrated market of about 12 main suppliers doing billions of pounds of industry and business with government. In our money saving, we also then moved this market into the small medium business market, and now 52% of new spending is with small medium businesses, which is probably higher than any other country in the world apart from Estonia. And we build a lot of our new tech with small businesses, but we also build our new tech in open source, and that was one of the core components of our delivery. So open source is software which is licensed so that people can take it and change it and give it back, and that's one of the things, because there's probably not a concept people really think about much, but governments don't compete. Governments really don't compete. We have no intention of opening a driver license service here in Malaysia, but we do the same thing, and so there's a great amount of collaboration that we could find working together, and this is why we created an organisation called the D5, the top 5 digital countries, which are Estonia, Korea, Israel, New Zealand and the UK, and we're working together with other governments to help them promote and identify better technologies to use, and so that's another area we may well work in. I think one other area which we could find a profitable route for is, and for sharing our knowledge, is 5G. 5G. So the next generation of mobile phone transmissions.
After 4G there will be 5G.
After 4G there will be 5G, which is a major change in the way that technology works. Many smaller base stations, much higher rates of transmission, and the UK and the University of Surrey lead the world in with the use of 5G in our economy. There's a massively strong market in Korea for this at the moment. And there's also one of the things we were talking with MDEC earlier about the growth of 5G.
When we talk about 5G, would that be the end of the cable connectivity? Well,
so one of the things that is really interesting in that space is the delivery of 5G services through street furniture and lampposts, which would mean that you could deliver 5G services to fibre-like connectivity to households.
So it enables IoT to the largest scale, which you could never imagine before.
One, it enables more IoT, yes, but also it enables much more effective transmission speeds. And so the amount of data you can transmit can be massively increased.
Right, so it's 5G, and then that will be something that we should, anticipate very soon. You basically advise the government on what would be the next technology, and you said it's 5G.
Yep.
And there's a list of a lot of other things. It's fintech, data analysis, smart technologies, cloud computing, virtual reality, AI, so on and so forth. Is there anything, you know, any other technology that I have left out?
Yeah, the blockchain technology is one of those that will make a significant impression, even
That's related to cryptocurrency.
Yes, a cryptocurrency is based on blockchain technology.
All right.
However, the blockchain technology itself is the thing that is really interesting, because the ability to provide a distributed ledger of scale and accuracy is tremendously important. If you think about how you might, for example, record land details and registry details, it provides another route for it. So that's one of the things we're exploring. We know that other countries are exploring as well. But it's not a panacea. It's just a great tool that we can use.
And all right, and I still remember a couple months ago, NHS is very much digitalized. Unlike here in Malaysia, there's no, I would say, central database. And when I talk about...
Well, we have no central database.
All right.
We definitely do not have a central database.
For health?
For anything.
Oh, okay.
Because the idea of having a one single central database for things is really to attract risk. We have distributed databases which enable us to, they may perform and look like a central database, but they're definitely not. So we need persistent databases with provenance and
So because my next question is actually about cybersecurity.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, cybersecurity is one of Britain's great strengths. So we have a national cybersecurity centre now, which we've invested billions of pounds in, which links up not just government's approach to cybersecurity, but also industry. So industry has a place not only to turn to when there's a problem, but also to learn from and to help develop its own, the principles upon which great secure computing can be built.
You've landed here. This is your first visit in Malaysia, and I think it's not fair for you if I ask you about where we are, Malaysia's standing in terms of cybersecurity. But if you look at Asia from a larger perspective, are we okay at a good position? We talk about cybersecurity. Before embracing big data in a large scale.
There's no real league table for this, but the officials that I've spoken to and the people I've spoken to today indicated a strong willingness to understand and approach cybersecurity in a similar way to the way that we do. The thing that people realise is that it's a threat, that you need to manage that threat and also be in a position to be in control of your own destiny in that space. Certainly the impression I got from people is that.
So Malaysia industry, technology industry is very, very optimistic.
I think they are the people that I have met were very clear that if there's an issue, of what the risk and the threats that they face is.
All right, thank you very much.
And that is actually probably the most important thing to have.
All right, thank you very much, Maxwell, the National Technology Advisor to the UK government. Had the last 30 minutes we talk about the potential of collaboration and how we can learn from each other in terms of the digital economy. And you might have your own suggestion. Please write to us on our social media, I'm Shamsan Johari. Thank you very much. Thanks for watching. Good night.
Very good.